Hi everyone, Witch Hazel here, and for this video I'm going to talk to you about choosing a tarot reader. Now, choosing the right tarot reader for you is probably the most important aspect of getting a reading. Choose a great reader and you have the potential to change your life, but choose one that's wrong for you and it can leave you feeling cheated, angry, and even vulnerable and victimised. So here's my checklist for finding the right tarot reader, but if you have something to add, of course, please feel free to leave it in the comments. So number one, I'm going to start with one that might seem a bit silly, but I'm going to say number one, you like them. Now, you're not looking for a new best friend, obviously, but you do need to trust your intuition here. Most people are looking for a tarot reading to help them with a major life issue. So do you really want to be discussing your career, love life or spirituality with somebody who you don't like and who instantly annoys you? Definitely not. Number two then, they're confident about what they do. You should be able to ask questions about who they are, what they do, what decks they use, how long they've been doing this. If they are vague or try to avoid answering in any way, then walk away. And talking about asking questions, the third point is they should be clear about pricing. Now, some tarots work completely free. Some work for donations or love offerings, as they're often called, and some sets fixed fees. Now, if it's down to your discretion, then please be generous. It takes time, energy, and years of training to do this, and you are changing your life, so give what you can afford to. If the reader has a set fee, then please don't try to haggle them down. A good and reputable reader will have thought long and hard about how much to charge. And if you're in any doubt, research the going rate for things like therapists, lawyers, plumbers even. Any specialist in your area with the same level of training and expertise, see what they're charging. And think about it this way. Round here, at least, even children's entertainers charge around $200 an hour just to show up. That's without doing any work whatsoever. So you could be getting a bargain here. Many tarot readers ask to be paid up front. Be aware of that. So if you're doing a face-to-face reading, it could be when you first sit down. If you're booking a reading, then it will be at the time of the booking. An important thing to remember as well is many countries and states class tarot readings as a form of entertainment. Be aware of that, be aware of your local laws, and check what your reader's refund policy is. Actually, on the note of refunds, while I think of it, please don't expect a refund if you get told something you don't want to hear or you don't get the answer you were hoping for. Classic example, if you're in a relationship with somebody that's married and you want to know if they're going to leave their spouse and we say no, that is not a good enough reason to get a refund. We're here, our job is to give you the information for you to figure out what to do about your situation. It's not our job to lie for you or to tell you what to do. Now, you should also check that they have some form of credibility. This can take many forms. There are organisations that offer formal training and qualifications, and these should ensure a minimum quality standard at the very least. However, many tarot readers haven't bothered with this, instead relying on their years of experience to give them validity. Now, this is quite common. These qualification courses are a relatively new phenomenon. They've been around for a few years, but a lot of us have been reading a lot longer. From personal experience, I looked into getting a qualification. It would cost me hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to do the basic course. The basic course involves, this is a tarot deck, this is what the Fool means, this is what the Lover's card means, this is how you do a spread, blah, blah, blah. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'd have to pay hundreds of dollars to do that course before I could progress to one of the more advanced ones. So a lot of us haven't bothered. If we don't have a formal qualification, please don't hold it against us. What you can do instead is ask for testimonials from previous clients. Most professional readers will be able to provide you with those, so please don't be afraid to ask. We are never offended. So the 5th point, this is a really important one. A potential tarot reader should not scare you or be out to prove just how spooky they are. Now, here's the thing. I know I'm a bit weird. I've been drawn to tarot and witchcraft and the occult since childhood, so I don't need to prove how weird I am by dressing like a Shakespearean hag during tarot readings. Now, some people do expect a certain level of gravitas when they're having a reading, but most of us are professionals and we will dress professionally. If you leave a reading with me and you are feeling scared and disempowered, then I have failed at my job. And that goes for any other tarot reader. And on that note, actually, my 6th point is they shouldn't pressure you into extra readings. Now, many clients who seek a reading are looking for insight and clarity and not a quick fix. And so for that reason, it's often practice that we will suggest a time to book a follow-up reading. And we might even put you in the diary there and then. But that's a follow-up session, and it may well be weeks, months down the line. What is not acceptable is for a reader to demand you come back tomorrow or next week to re-examine exactly the same question and situation. Events take time to unfold, so I always recommend at least 6 to 8 weeks between readings. But typically, it should only really be every 3 to 6 months, unless something radically changes. Similarly, if the reader talks to you about being under a curse that only they can break, or some sort of great disaster is about to befall you, then walk away. There's always a way forward, is basically my message. So those are some of the key points to consider when choosing a tarot reader. Basically, it boils down to do a bit of research, get a recommendation if you can, and above all else, trust your intuition. Now, like I said, if you think I've missed something really obvious that will help everybody, then please leave it in the comments and I will review it and I will add points as necessary. If you want more information about getting a reading from me, you can go to my website, which is www.witchhazelsmagic.com. And there you will find my blog posts, information about me, other useful videos like what is tarot, as well as how to book a reading with me. So until next time, everybody, have a wonderful day and blessed be.